All right, so I'm working on my personal rig over here, and this is my Ryzen 9 5900X. Great CPU, love it. Definitely have some videos on buying it and some performance compared to my old one. And I'm a big fan of Be Quiet, and I've been using their CPU coolers and their fans for quite some time, and I really enjoy it. For this one, I went with the Be Quiet Dark Rock Slim, or Be Quiet Slim. I'll put the name of it somewhere around over here. I've been using it for about 2 months, and it's been a phenomenal cooler. It's definitely maintained the temperatures on this 5900X. It allows me to get good boost clocks. I haven't had to worry about any thermal throttling or anything like that. All in all, it's been a solid cooler. So when you buy these coolers from Be Quiet, it actually comes with these little extra brackets over here. And I was like, okay, so this is what mounts the single fan that it comes with. The fans that they use is the Silent Wings 3. And it comes with this. I'm like, okay, you know, what is the purpose of this? Well, the purpose of this is that you can actually do a push-pull configuration on this CPU cooler over here. But they don't give you the fan. So I decided, let's buy another fan. Let's see if the money for it is worth it, and does it actually make a difference in my temperatures. So I've been running this test. I already did one heat soak over it, and it's been almost 15 minutes. And if you look over here, let's see if the camera catches it. If you look over here, my temperature, the highest it's spiked up to is 71 degrees Celsius. Now, kind of keep in mind that in my garage, it's a 60-degree ambient, Fahrenheit that is. So that's the baseline temperature. So we're going to say roughly 70 degrees, because it spikes up to there, but it kind of sits more around 70 degrees. And we're using a single fan. Now, for this test that I'm doing over here, I'm just using stock box settings. I'm not using any fan curve or anything. I'm just using what the motherboard does from the factory. I usually use a custom curve on it, but I just want to see that if this curve that it comes with from the factory, will it be any improvement using a push-pull configuration using 2 fans on it. So I've been running this test for about, like I said, 15 minutes, and I could say about 70 degrees is my baseline. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm actually going to take another one of these fans, which I got for $25. We'll pop it in and see if there's a significant difference. Now, $25 bidding is, I mean, it's not cheap, but it's not expensive either. But is the $25 worth it to put a second fan up in there? So let me go ahead. Let's switch to this fan over here. Just do a little unboxing of this fan, put it together, and then we'll mount it on our test rig. All right, so like I said, when you buy the CPU cooler, it comes with these extra brackets. Now, I actually tried using different brand CPU coolers, but I guess Be Quiet is very adamant about you using theirs, and it just didn't line up and it didn't work properly. So I spent $25 on it, and that's actually the decent price, or the average price of a decent fan that actually performs pretty well. So this one over here, like I said, is the Silent Wings 3, 120 millimeter, and that's where we're gonna put in. The bearing information, let's see, 6-pole fan motor with 3 phases for very low power. Does it tell us what type of bearing? As soon as I figure it out, I'll post it somewhere around over here. So comes with the accessories bracket over here. And with the accessories, you have a couple of mounting options. You can actually just use screws or these little snap-ins, which I'm not a fan of them because they get quite cumbersome to remove. I'd just rather be able to unscrew things. And it comes with our different mounts depending on what you type to use. So we're going to take these, which are this one over here, and we're going to mount them on the fan. And let's pop these out real quick. Pop them out. All right, and let's pop all this right back over here. And let's get in our fan. Now, packaging, I will say, Be Quiet, I like their packaging. They do pretty good on it. Better be for $25. And these, they kind of snap in just like this. Taking them off, if you had to switch the other ones, is a little cumbersome, but doable, to say the least. And just get them right in. And when you hear the snap, that's when you know that they're locked in place and they're ready to go. So we already have these in. All right. And now we're good to go. We're ready to mount it. So let's go ahead. Let's switch to the bench and let's mount this, and let's see what type of results we get. All right. So when you buy this, you have 2 options. You can actually plug this into one of the other 4-pin connectors on it, on the motherboard, or you can do a splitter. I think what I'll probably end up doing is just going with a splitter on it, just for the simple fact that I could have the CPU fans sync together, and I'm pretty sure that's going to be important when doing this. Now we're going to go for a push-pull configuration. So the fan is going to push air this way, and this is going to pull that air and pull it out quicker. So hopefully that should actually help dissipate the heat a lot more efficient in our test. Well, just in using it in general. So I think I'm going to go with something like this, mounted over here, and I'll adjust this because this actually is going into another case. We're actually doing a complete different build with this. So I'm gonna pop it in right over here, and hopefully we can do this without having to take anything apart. So these little hooks right over here, they mount this way, they hook into it, and you pop them in like that. And the fan actually just kind of sits right in there. And then if you put a little pressure on it, just like that on the bottom, these snap in place. Well, they should. There we go. And you'll hear a click. So that's one. Now let's go ahead and do this other one right in the back over here. Now we're going to take our splitter. We're going to find the fan header, which is kind of buried down here. And this will be a lot easier when we do the build. And we're going to slide one into over here, connect it this way, connect this other one into over here. I'm going to pop these right in the bottom over here. I don't know if you can see it. Well, you won't be able to see it on the camera. But we're just going to slide it into the CPU fan header. All right. So let's go back. Let's do another heat test over here and see if our temperatures got any better and if this made a difference. So the test has been running for a little, 10 minutes, 11 minutes. And as we can see, our temperature's right over here. The low has been 67 and it has spiked up to 69. So compared to before, our low was 70 and it spiked up to 72. So we're talking about a 3, because sometimes it drops to 66, a 3-degree delta, which honestly, it's not much considering you pay $25 for this fan and all you get is a 3-degree difference. I mean, the price to performance there, in my opinion, really not worth it. When considering this cooler itself cost about $60, you spend $25 for another fan, $85, and then maybe what, a couple more dollars you could have bought the Be Quiet Dark Rock Pro 4, which is a bigger, beefier CPU cooler, which would have totally just killed, not killed this thing, but totally lowered the temperatures and done a better job of cooling this compared to adding this push-pull configuration. So I don't have any cooling issues with my 5900X under any issue that I've ever had as far as like encoding or gaming or anything like that. But I just wanted to see if it was worth making a difference. I've actually bought a bunch of these fans for the build I'm doing right now. So I just wanted to see if it was worth it, if it's actually anything worth to consider. My opinion, if you buy this cooler and you're going to spend the money on the fan, if you have the fan lying around, it's fine, but just don't go out your way to do it because you can save the money and get a bigger, better cooler and probably get a more of a performance increase on that. So 3, maybe 4-degree delta. It's up to you on what you prefer, or then at that point, $100 probably gets you an AIO, which would be way better than this. So definitely comment down below. Let me know what your thoughts, what you think about it. Push-pull is the way to go. Honestly, from what I see, push-pull is expensive. And in fact, it is more expensive because you're doubling up on the fans. And by the time all is said and done, did you really achieve what you wanted to achieve on that? So if you like this video, hit the like button, subscribe if you're not. And as always, we'll see what we come up with next.